What's going on, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Of course, I am JB, and today we are here to talk about Chainlink. We have seen fantastic moves so far for Chainlink and its price action. What we can see going on most recently on the more macro time frame, this weekly chart, but we can see that Chainlink is entering into its target area between $19.32 and $22.22. These moves have been anticipated and expected for quite a long time now. When we come over to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored, this very channel you guys are watching this one on, we have been tracking these movements for quite a while now. We can see this coming back to the video here around about 8 days ago. Chainlink leading the altcoin rally. This is just starting. We've been covering Chainlink quite often here. The next video, 4 days ago, the bull market has only just started. Indeed, I do think this is very bullish for Chainlink and its price action. So be sure to be here, be sure to be subscribed, and all the rest of it, guys. Keeping up to date with all the content, especially here for Chainlink. But what are the next expected moves? Where can we be looking for this price of Chainlink to go? Let's dive down through all of those timeframes, the weekly, the daily, and the hourly, perhaps just the 4 hourly today. Have a look at the next moves I anticipate to play out for Chainlink and its price action. Yes guys, I'm very welcome back to you all. Fantastic to have you here. As per the intro, please make sure you have liked, subscribed, tapped on the bell, getting all of those notifications. Tracking the moves here of Chainlink most recently, we have seen a fantastic run to the upside, where at the time of recording we can see the price is hovering at 20.5 cents there or thereabouts. We have now entered into that target area we had set between $19.32 and $22.22. We've been tracking this one for such a long time. Now, for a period of time, I have been talking about these moves to the upside and Chainlink leading this bullish movement overall. When we have a look through a bit of history here, this is a split chart, the upper one being Bitcoin's dominance on the daily, the lower chart being the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. This is for all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum, and of course excluding stablecoins. And I reference this one because the previous analysis we had here, we can see the drop in Bitcoin's dominance of around about 8% from the 6th of December down to the 14th of January. We've seen a drop of 8%. And in that same time period, we've seen the altcoin market cap 3 rise from the 4th of December, peaking up here on the 2nd of January. We did see that 30.28% push to the upside. And within that same time period, we of course seen the likes of Chainlink, Solana, AVAX, many more leading the way, but Chainlink being the main proprietor of the altcoin push to the upside. And we are seeing this happen once again when we do track these moves, especially here this weekly chart. We've been monitoring these moves. We know we hit the impulsive triggers on this push to the upside. We of course had its retracement meeting its minimum requirement of the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level at $13.47. And that push to the upside, of course, has confirmed the 5th wave movement simply by crossing higher than that wave 3 line we have on the charts here at $17.32. So these moves to the upside, they're incredibly bullish. We can take a note of that weekly stochastic. We can see it is now picking up to the upside. I expect to see this one push to the upside quickly, you know, giving it a few weeks, perhaps another month, seeing this back up into that overbought territory. And in my opinion, from there we have a fantastic shorting opportunity. But when we bring it down onto the daily chart, again, we can track these moves that are playing out. We know we are looking for $22.25.1, that impulsive movement. When we take that Fibonacci, the 100% move of the initial wave 1 to the upside, and we bring it over to the swing low we have here, 13.506 cents, we will just drag this onto the correct level. Well, we can see that impulsive trigger for the internal count here of this wave 3 does indeed come at 22.251 cents. And we're not far from there. I do still think we have the momentum to bring us up to there. When we look at the momentum itself, that daily stochastic is now peaking back to the upside. Like we covered on the last video, we were looking for this one to reverse its way around. So with that yellow line being the daily stochastic now pushing above its average, we can see that there is still plenty of momentum on this daily time frame to bring that price up to its target level. And indeed, I do think we are going to see that happen fairly quickly. From there, of course, we will look for that retracement in the wave 4. We can have a preemptive target for this one. Should we see that price come up to the 22.251 level, we can just quickly put that to the correct number there. Well, we would obviously be looking for that price to come back down in its wave 4. The typical retracement area would be $18.38 with the lower level here of $17.33. With the minimum expectation, we could also draw this one onto the charts at $19.77.8. So we can target out these daily movements, the anticipated moves. Once we do hit that impulsive trigger, depending on how high this one goes, we'll of course adjust this target once we see that move complete. But what we can see is a very nice bit of cohesion here. When we see this move finish to the upside and we look for that next pullback, well, we could see that price come down to test out that previous area I have charted here. $17.62, the previous internal B wave high, looks a very interesting level. When we look at the way the price actually moved here, finding the price breakthrough, finding support on here before that next push to the upside, it does seem likely we could see that price come on back down to there. But of course, we will look at that minimum expectation, the 0.236 level at $19.77 for Chainlink on the daily. So we'll come down now onto the 4-hour chart. Yes, there's a lot going on here, but we can see how these movements are placed individually. On the push to the upside in that yellow third wave, we can take note of the white 5-wave structure. Internally to that white 5-wave structure, we can see its internal workings placed here, teal 5-wave structures. And we did see that internal third wave here, this yellow third wave. The internal count, first of all, this white 5th wave hitting its level. The internal count to that, the blue teal 5th wave hitting its internal count. From there, of course, we did see a nice quick reset down to test out the 50 SMA, the 50 EMA, and once again we are breaking to the upside. When we do some quick sense checks on this, we'll take the low of the wave 3, the high of the wave 4. Once again, we can see the key levels being hit here. The minimum expectation, the 0.236, was of course hit on that pullback for the wave 4. Of course, we did not come down into its typical areas. Chainlink does not want to come down as deep as the typicals tell us, but meeting minimum expectations, and we are of course now looking at that bullish push to the upside. When we draw the fib levels on, once again we will take the high of the wave 3, the low of the wave 4, and we can see once again we are now entering into the target areas for that 5th wave. Let's just make that one orange with the red box so we know that that is now the target area for the 5th wave. That is set between $20.23 and $21 flat. We are now well within there, but once again we can see that this structure within itself does not yet look complete. When we come even further down the time frames, guys, now onto that hourly, well, we can see quite clearly we have a very impulsive movement here for Chainlink and its price action. Once again, taking the 100% move of the wave 1, bring it over to that swing low we have here. Impulsion, of course, was triggered at $19, but we have seen a fantastic break to the upside. And I think this one has only just started overall. With wave 1s, wave 2, wave 3, I am looking for a wave 4 to come on down with another move in its 5th wave. Let's just draw this one up once again, take the low of the wave 2, the high of the wave 3, where we can see the typical retracement would bring us down to test out that hourly equilibrium with the target level here between $19.60 and $19.28. We do have a fair value gap. We could see a dramatic push down, test out perhaps that midline of the fair value gap. However, as we now know, Chainlink is not really hitting these typical areas and is more than likely going to see its typical retracement or its minimum expectation, that 0.236 once again we can see set here at $20.007. So the likelihood is we're going to see a retracement down to this level. Then we will of course be looking for another push to the upside in its 5th wave, where we can once again target this one out. We will just take that minimum expectation, and the target for this will of course be $20.83 with the higher level of $21.10. So there's a lot of analysis going on there, of course, guys. You can most certainly go back and watch through this one, understand the movements, how I am targeting these to play out for Chainlink via Elliott wave theory. But when we look at that, you know, through a more critical lens, we would obviously be looking at the daily time frame first of all and see the expectations we have for that impulsive movement. When we look at that, $22.25. When we come all the way down to that 1 hour chart once again, where we can see that we would most likely fall short. So given the moves that, you know, we can see Chainlink playing out is very explosive. That target area I think is a very reserved target area, $20.83 to $20.10. When we zoom a little bit out here in the chart, well, we can see that impulsive trigger on the higher time frames at $22.25 is much higher up from here, and I do think we are likely to see the prices rally on up. Should we see this retracement down, well, we would of course be looking at another 11% push to the upside for Chainlink. A move that I think is entirely possible. Chainlink has been very explosive. It is of course leading this rally to the upside for altcoins. I've covered it so many times, and I do believe we still have more in the tank for many altcoins. Chainlink of course will be absolutely no exception. So of course it is the weekly close today, and for our members down in Discord, I'm covering off XRP, a quick snip for you guys. This will of course be loaded up onto memberships.𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the exclusive video content for our members. Head on over there, check that one out if you want to catch everything going on with XRP and the critical weekly close that XRP does have for this week. And in yesterday's update, I also covered off Near Protocol, the next likely plays that Near has in its timeframes, guys. Head on over, check it out. It is of course this video right here.